We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to.
Right. What are the rules of engagement? Well, you're not supposed to have preemptive attacks. You're not supposed to attack other nations. That violates international law. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth are not supposed to aid the enemy, and that's what we're missing here. It's 2381 treason to aid Israel, to bomb Iran for Israel, to do the 7 nations that General Wesley Clark talked about in the memo. Iran was on the last of the list, so that shows a premeditated plan to topple 7 nations that we shouldn't have. Right? This is not usual foreign policy for America. You might have gotten used to it, but that's because a foreign power was influencing DC. Right? If a foreign power is in the ear of the president, if all of Congress and the Senate are gerrymandered, are they bought off, right? That's treason, right? If you buy off the entire state, right? And, when you blackmail them with Epstein, when you intimidate the president with the golden pager as a gift, hey, he's malleable to a foreign power now, and you have to recognize that. Right? Donald Trump is compromised. D.C. and the Senate and Congress are all in question for treason to a foreign country. And that's what the smartest person's going to tell you. This is what's going to happen 12 years after America ended, actually in Generation X, right? So the smartest person's going to tell you the truth. When the boomers are afraid to tell the truth, I'm going to tell you the actual truth about America, how it was supposed to behave. So you run continuity of government if this happens in martial law. You appoint a new president who is not guilty of treason. I appointed Ron Paul as acting president of the United States because he and the silent generation understood proper U.S. foreign policy. You're not supposed to attack other nations in America, actually. So you didn't get that message on TV, though, did you, right? Corporations want to sell their product, and the Defense Department, right, gets too big for its britches. What if it just wants to have wars that go forever, right? To sell their product, weapons and bombs, as Dwight D. Eisenhower warned about the rise of the military-industrial complex in his speech. We have to revisit that speech. We need to revisit the potential for the military to abuse its power, right, to violate international law. So in Generation X, I got rid of NATO, right? Don't let the boomers confuse you. I got rid of NATO and I consolidated every military for the first time in history with the First World Army. Hey, the majority wanted the smartest to lead. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to end national conflict. I'm going to end war. I'm going to end the potential for World War III. Hey, corporations might not like that, right? Corrupt psychopaths might not like that who are trying to take over the world by force, using Iron Mountain philosophy, the idea that might makes right. Well, you don't have the hearts and minds of the people. When you try to take over the world by force, the world will stand up to the bully, even if it's the United States and Israel. So how does that make America look? After JFK, after Israel attacked the USS Liberty, after 9/11 to give them billions of dollars. How does it make Americans look? They're laughing at you, America, how dumb you are, how easy it is to manipulate your politicians. Look at all the gay propaganda. That's asymmetric warfare. Only the smartest person's going to tell you that. Hey, turn the population gay. Make Americans quit making babies. Right? Every state is in decline but Texas and Florida. Right? That's how deep this goes. Destroy the family. Make all the women masculine feminists. Right? Bring up the 4B movement. Right? Why did the Rockefellers fund women's liberation and freedom to fascism, right? They're destroying the family